Gra- but grabar is to record. Grabar. Grabar is to record. And to record. What if I wanted to conjugate verb grabar, since we know that is an AR verb? How would you say, I record the lesson? How would that work?
Yo hablo la clase.
You're almost there. You're almost there. Remember that the verb is grabar. You're using the right ending, but you have to change the verb. It's not hablar.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, go for it.
Yo grabo la clase.
Excelente, excelente, Linda. Yo grabo la clase. Yo grabo la clase para mis estudiantes. Para mis estudiantes. Yo grabo la clase para mis estudiantes. ¿Sí? Now, I'm sure you understand every single word from that sentence. ¿Correcto? ¿Sí? Muy bien. Now, what if you were reporting that? One thing to remember, though, uh, the word me, and I'm going to put in bracket mis. Of course, we know that that means my. Okay. And I put in bracket the S. If the object was plural, I would add that S. For example, when I say my friend, singular, you say what?
Mi amigo.
Mi amigo.
Perfecto. But what if I want to say my friends?
Mis amigos.
Mis amigos.
Correcto. And that's what I'm talking about. I put the S in bracket before because if the object is plural, you need it. So that would be mis amigos, which you don't do it in English. In English, you say my friend, one, my friends, several of them, you use the same word. Now, I'm saying that because I need you to remember this other word, the word su, and I'll put in bracket S. This word su is very, very, very functional. This word su could mean your, but formal, singular. So I'll put singular, and I'll put there formal. Okay, so that could mean that. That could also mean her. That could also mean his. That could also mean your plural. Your plural in Latin America. Your plural in Latin America. And also, su or sus could also mean there. Okay? Now, what if I wanted to report this? Yo grabo la clase para mis estudiantes. What if instead of that, you wanted to say, Jorge records the class for his students? Whoever is ready, say listo o lista, and then hit me.
Lista.
Go for it, Julia.
Jorge graba la clase para sus estudiantes.
Graba la clase. Graba la clase para sus estudiantes. Gracias, Julia. That's exactly why we are taking all this time to learn verb conjugation. When you say I record, I would say yo grabo. When you say he records, or in this case with the name Jorge records, Jorge graba. What if I want to say we all record, we record, we record? How will you conjugate the verb? And make it masculine. We record the class.
Lista.
Nosotros.
Pamela, your lista, go for it.
Oh, sorry. Nosotros grabamos la clase para sus estudiantes.
Grabamos la
And can I ask a
clase.
question too?
Go for it.
I'm sorry if you've covered this already. It might be a reminder for some people. But when do you use para and when do you use por?
Outstanding. Outstanding. I'll deal with that in a second because
Okay.
you know what we need, Pamela, here?
Mhm.
We're saying we record our classes, and now we want to say for our students.
Ah,
And in this case,
nuestros?
say it again, please.
Is it nuestros?
Outstanding. Outstanding. Beautiful. So that would be if I want to say our, so that would be exactly what you said. It would be either nuestro if the object was masculine, if the object was plural, nuestra, if the object was, pardon me, if the object was feminine, it would be nuestra, and if the object was plural, would be, we would add the S. And you were absolutely correct, Pamela, when you said nosotros grabamos la clase para, and then nuestros estudiantes. Nuestros estudiantes. Excelente. So, let's go with our Spanish fitness. Could we say the 3 sentences in a row? I'll do it first and then you'll follow my lead. Yo grabo la clase para mis estudiantes. Jorge graba la clase para sus estudiantes. Nosotros grabamos la clase para nuestros estudiantes. 1, 2, 3, vámonos.
Yo
Yo
grabo
grabo
la
la
clase
clase
para
para
mis
mis
estudiantes.
estudiantes.
¿Sí?
Jorge graba
Graba
la
la
clase
clase
para
para
sus
sus
estudiantes.
estudiantes.
Perfecto.
Nosotros grabamos
grabamos
la
la
clase
clase
para
para
nuestros
nuestros
estudiantes.
Excellent. And don't forget that we were practicing. These are so-called, these are adjectives after all, because right after these words would come a noun. So they would be having that quality as part of the speech. And in this case would be possessive adjectives. So we learned how to say my, and all these guys here, your, her, his, your, their, and we also learn how to say our. And you know what? Hey, why not? Why not? Let's include your familiar. So for your familiar, check it out. Is the same as you, but you as a personal pronoun would have a written accent. Not for the possessive adjective. The possessive adjective is exactly the same word, but without the accent. The pronunciation is the same because it's a one-syllable word. Okay? And yes, you have the whole family now. You see? So these are the so-called possessive adjectives. And you know what we'll do, Pamela? We're going to go as part of when we analyze this chapter, okay, chapter number 2, when we go to the structural components of this lesson, okay, and when we go to this page right here, página número 37, okay, en la página 37, there's part of what you are asking. You see, as talking about motivation section here. So we're going to, and you have the word por right there. And you have the word para right there. Okay, so what we'll do, we're going to go ahead to this section, okay, and then we'll go back to what we were doing in order to answer your question, Pamela. Okay, so with this, what we'll do, we'll go to this section. I'll go way to the bottom, and then we'll go back to what we were doing last class. Okay, so in this section right here, it says current motivations. Okay, and here we're talking about the reason why we want to learn Spanish, right? So, number one, going back a little bit here. Remember when we were practicing verb querer as one of those stem changing verbs, this one here? Okay. In order to understand this verb, we went a little bit actually very basic. We are so solid with verb conjugation now with the so-called regular verbs, right? We are really solid with AR, ER, IR, aren't we? Are we solid? Say! And you, come on, you are so solid. And you also have some basic verbs to practice with, which I sent to you. And also, some of you already were practicing that studyspanish.com resources, and you were testing yourselves. So, in order to use those stem changing verbs, could we continue with our Spanish fitness? Okay, I'll give you the subject pronoun for AR verbs, and you'll go, I say yo, and you'll go hablo. Don't be tempted to emphasize the last syllable because all these words, with the exception of the third one that has an accent, and Blaise also has an accent, all the other ones emphasize the second last syllable, not the last syllable. Ready? Conjugate the verb. Yo,
Hablo.
Hablo.
tú,
Hablas.
hablas. Vos,
Hablas.
hablas. Él, ella, usted.
Habla.
Perfecto. Nosotros, nosotras.
Hablamos.
Perfecto. Vosotros, vosotras.
Habláis.
Habláis.
Perfecto. Ellos, ellas, ustedes.
Hablan.
Perfecto. Remember that you have a set of, I would say, around 30 verbs ending in AR. So you are really able to start communicating with those verbs. Then we learned that the conjugation of ER verbs are very similar to AR. The main difference is the dominant vowel. For AR, of course, the dominant vowel is ah. For ER is eh. Could you conjugate verb comprender, which is to understand? Yo,
Comprendo.
tú,
Comprendes.
vos,
Comprendes.
él, ella, usted,
Comprende.
nosotros, nosotras,
Comprendemos.
vosotros, vosotras,
Comprendéis.
ellos, ellas, ustedes.
Comprenden.
Perfecto. We also learned the third group of verbs ending in IR, very similar to the conjugation of ER. The only difference was with vos, right? For ER, comprendes. For IR, escribís. And also for nosotros, ER, comprendemos. IR, escribimos. And for vosotros, vosotras, comprendéis. Vosotros, vosotras, escribís. Okay, so with that information, you should be able to have like a very, very solid communication with the native speaker of the language. Now, going back and forth with telling actions that people perform. Okay, so we'll jump a little bit because there's so many content to cover today. So we have those regular verbs. And then we learned that there's other irregular verbs like hacer, which is to do or to make. But it's not too bad, this hacer, because it's irregular in the first person singular only. All the rest of pronouns are regular. Okay, could you conjugate hacer, please? Yo
Hago.
hago, tú
Haces.
haces, vos,
Haces.
él, ella, usted,
Haces.
hace, nosotros, nosotras,
Hacemos.
vosotros, vosotras,
Hacéis.
ellos, ellas, ustedes.
Hacen.
Hacen.
Beautiful. We learned that in order to ask a question in Spanish, it's an easy business because we don't deal with the so-called auxiliary verbs like do, does, as auxiliary verbs, not as a verb per se. And will, would, since we use verb endings, we are more specific about that. We don't need those auxiliaries. Now, in order to ask a question with any verbs, what you do, you switch places with this column here, which is the subject pronouns with the actual conjugated form of the verb. If I wanted to ask, what do you do? We already know that what is qué. So how we ask the question, what do you do?
¿Haces qué?
¿Qué is fine. We'll put it right here. Excelente. I heard a little bird already saying the actual answer. Where did my ooh go? So right here. Okay. And then if we look at you do or you make, you say tú haces, correcto? So this is what I'm talking about. Que tú haces, that is the statement. But then what I need to do, I need to change places. So I need to put this tú after the conjugated form of the verb right there. But in this case, I could drop it. So I could end up saying the question, what do you do? By simply saying, ¿qué haces? ¿Qué haces? With a rising intonation. ¿Qué haces? Count of three. Could you please give me that? Uno, dos, tres.
Yes.
Outstanding. But now we did that because this ES ending is not shared with any other combination. Because even for vos, it looks like that, but this vos has an accent. Okay, so that's why we would drop it there. But what if I wanted to ask, what does she do? What does she do? What would be the question? And in order to be very specific, no hesitation, no misunderstanding or anything. How we say, what does she do?
¿Qué hace?
But if you say, ¿qué hace?
Ella.
Correcto. Because otherwise I would go like, I don't get it. Are you asking, what does she do? What does he do? Or what do you do for them? Because there's three of them that would have hace, correct? So in that case, you have to be very specific and you wouldn't drop it. ¿Qué hace ella? And most of the time, what you would have there is a name. What if I wanted to ask, hey, what does Michelle do? What does Michelle do? What would be the question?
¿Qué hace
¿Qué hace Michelle?
Bravo. ¿Qué hace Michelle? What if I wanted to ask, And I'm going to challenge you a little bit here. What if I wanted to ask, what do Michelle and Lara do? What would be the question?
¿Qué
hacen
hacen
Nivel y
Lara?
Michelle y
I'm very impressed because all of you came up with the correct conjugation of the verb because now we are talking about two people. So that would make it they. And that was absolutely fantástico. ¿Qué hacen? And then names. ¿Qué hacen? Michelle Michelle y Lara.
Jorge, when you're using passe, does that like, are you asking what someone does for a living, or are you asking like what they're doing like right now?
Beautiful question, Michelle. In this case, if we were familiar with Lara and Michelle, if we knew what they did for a living, at this point, by uh, context, we would know that we are asking, so what are they doing now? What are they doing now? Because they are into something. Ah,
They're like shopping or they're having
exacto.
lunch or
Muy
something
bien,
like that.
Michelle. You're the best. Beautiful. And in this, let's don't forget that hacer means to do and also to make. Let's play with words. What if we want to say, oh, they are making bread. Ooh, for the whole group. Okay. And could we go with straight because we haven't practiced they are making. So we'll go, they make bread. Anyone who could answer the question by saying they make bread. Hit me there.
Michelle y Laura hacen pan.
Michelle, I have to salute you. Beautiful. Now, could we please replace the names with a personal pronoun? This column here, rather than saying, okay, Michelle, go for it.
Vosotros hacéis.
And in this case, we want to say they, and they would be
Ustedes.
Ellos.
ellos. But
Ellos hacen.
in this case, it's two girls.
So ellos.
Yeah.
Oh, ellas.
Ellas.
Ellas hacen pan.
How thoughtful, Michelle. How thoughtful, Lara. Oh, how generous of you. You're making bread for the class. Muy bien. Now, here we are playing with words, eh? Because we're using verb to do and or to make. And it's the same verb in Spanish. Okay, don't forget that. And also, do not be tempted when you say now you know better. Because if the question is what, and going back to your question, Michelle, what do you do? What do you do for living? Okay. You know what the temptation is? We just learned verb to do or to make. And the temptation is that, okay, I know I have to ask the question, what do you do? But in this case, this do right here is the verb. And this one here is not acting as a verb. This one here is acting as an auxiliary. Okay, so this auxiliary verb is helping us put a question together or to put a negative sentence together. That's the function of those auxiliaries. But in Spanish, those auxiliaries do not exist. So that's why I'm saying is sometimes students get a little bit confused with saying ¿qué ¿qué haces tú haces? Like, do I have to say it twice? No, you just do it once. What do you do for a living? So, and then answering your question, Michelle. So, you would end up saying, ¿qué? So you're just meeting the person. You're meeting the person. You don't know what the occupation or the profession of that person. So in that case, ¿qué haces? If you go out of the blue, ¿qué haces? In that case, you mean what do you do for a living? But if you know the person, you know the profession, the occupation, it would be understood that you're asking, hey, what are you doing now? Would that answer your question?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank
And
you. Yeah.
the more we practice this, Michelle, you'll see that it'll become second nature for you to know in context what you really want to convey in your message. Now, we have this irregular verb, and then we got into saying things that we do during the week. Could we practice days of the week once more? You start with Monday and you finish with Sunday. Very important, very important. When you're saying those days of the week, please, please, please pay attention that you're adding the article. You're saying the Monday, the Tuesday, etc. This article also has the function when in English you say, oh, you know what? I have my Spanish class on Wednesday and on Saturday. That on never translated, but but add the article to the day of the week. Okay. For example, if I want to say, oh, I practice on Monday, so I would say I practice on Monday. I start with el lunes yo practico. El lunes yo practico piano. Boom. So in that case, you see that I didn't translate the word on. You always do it that way. So when you're including days of the week, and the idea is saying, well, on that day I do something. Never say en el lunes. Just go el lunes. I do whatever. Okay. El lunes yo practico. So from Monday to Sunday, count to three. Could you please give me the days of the week? Uno, dos, tres. Vamos.
El lunes,
Correcto.
el
martes,
martes,
Correcto.
el
Miércoles,
Correcto.
el jueves,
Correcto.
el viernes,
Correcto.
el
sábado,
Correcto.
el domingo.
Correcto. So one by one, make it up. Make it up. Give me something that you do on a certain day of the week. Let's start with Pamela. Okay, and I'm going to raise mine. So pick any day of the week and give me something that you do.
yo camino a hasta la panadería los sábados.
Excelente, excelente, excelente. Yo camino a la panadería. Yo camino a la panadería. And then you made it los sábados. Wonderful. So, and we have to remember that if I want to make all these days of the week at this point in that column, they are all singular. That's one day. That's one Monday, one Tuesday, etc. If I want to make it plural, for the first 5 ones, I just add the article in plural, which is los. But then the day of the week will remain the same because it already has the S for plural. So you say, el lunes, los lunes. El martes, los martes. el miércoles, los miércoles, el jueves, los jueves, el viernes, los viernes. But as Pamela did it for Saturday, like every Saturday, I walk to the bakery. Okay, so then this is the way she did it. She added the plural los, and then she added the S to Saturday because it doesn't have an S. And that would be the same for Mondays. How would you say every Monday? Like all Mondays?
Los lunes.
Los lunes.
But on Sundays, pardon me.
Los
Los
domingos.
Los domingos, it would be the same situation as los sábados. So to make it plural, los, and then domingos, I would add an S. Gracias, Pamela. You're off the hook. I need another person. Pick a day. Pick something that you do that day. Anyone?
Estoy lista.
Go for it.
I'll try. Los lunes yo camino mi perro.
Muy bien. Yo camino. And a couple of things here. When you put together a sentence, which is very nice sentence here, you have your subject, you have your verb, and then when the object is a person and including our pets, we need a little word, which is a. That a does not have a translation. It only has a function of including a person as being the object. Therefore, we say, los lunes yo camino a mi perro. Okay? And one more thing here, Lara. It's more common to use this other verb to walk a pet. And I'm saying a pet because it's so interesting to see how people walk their cats. Like I have a neighbor who walks a dog and a cat. And it's true. And I'm always like amazed because the cat she behaves like a dog, and she goes like boom, 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 boom with her leash and all that. But once again, so the verb that we would normally use, Lara, would be the verb pasear. Pasear. Pasear is to take a pet for a stroll. Pasear, rather than literally to walk is to take that dog for a stroll. Okay, so but it would be also an AR verb. Therefore, how would you say that? Los lunes yo.
Paseo.
Outstanding. Muy bien. Yo paseo a mi perro. So you have that other more technical word to walk a pet. Muy bien, Lara. May I have another person?
Estoy lista.
Linda, go for it.
Los lunes, los jueves y los viernes juego al golf.
Okay. Los lunes. And then you said los miércoles?
No, jueves.
Los jueves. Muy bien. Los lunes, los jueves. And
Y
then,
los viernes.
y los viernes. And then you said you used one of those so-called stem changing verbs because you said yo juego golf. Is that correct?
Sí.
Linda, I have to salute you because that's the way you do it. Now you picked the days of the week that you performed this action. You conjugated the verb properly because it's a stem changing verb, and that is a perfect sentence. You said, los lunes, los jueves y los viernes yo juego golf. Excelente. Muy bien, muy bien. May I have uno, dos, tres, cuatro, four more people, please. Go, 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 go. You pick martes, pick el miércoles, pick el jueves, pick el viernes. Emma, go for it.
Los jueves voy a mi clase de flamenco.
Voy a mi clase de flamenco. Muy bien, muy bien. And Emma, of course, is a little bit ahead of the game here because she's including another irregular verb, which is to go. So on Thursday, I go. So she's introducing these other irregular verbs, which we'll be covering in the near future. Muy bien, Emma. Megan,
El viernes
¿sí?
yo lavo la ropa.
El viernes yo lavo la ropa. Excelente. So, viernes is laundry day for Megan. Excelente. Muy bien. Who else is picking el martes?
Um, los martes yo hago el voluntario.
Los martes yo hago voluntariado. Oh, such a technical word. Voluntariado. So, I do, voluntariado would be equivalent to volunteering. I do volunteering. Okay. Muy bien. Sav, pick el miércoles, even if it's not the day that you wanted, but hey, that's the only day left. Go for it.
Los miércoles yo cocino por mi familia.
Yo cocino. And here comes our first little tip, Pamela. Uh, Sab said, los miércoles yo cocino. And did you say por mi familia? Okay. And in this case, what we'll do, we are going to do this. What is Sab doing on Wednesdays? Anyone?
Cooking
Cooking
He's
for
cooking.
for their family.
Now, if you have an action that will require a recipient, okay, so whenever you have a recipient, oh, I wrote anything but recipient. Okay. Recipient. If you have a recipient, and I'll make it big, we'll all use para. Okay, that's our first rule. If we wanted to translate the word for, okay, and we have two options, is either por or para. Our first rule here, I will make it big, boom, and we'll remember this forever. So if you have a recipient, okay, always use para. Let's practice that one. Okay. What if I was cooking for my friend?
Para mi amigo.
Para mi amigo.
Now I'm cooking for my dog.
Para
Para mi
mi
Para mi
Pero
Pero
And one more, I'm cooking for my mom and dad.
para mi
para
mi mamá
mi
y papá.
mamá at
papá.
Okay. Now, Pam, do you get your first rule?
I think so.
Okay. So what we'll do, we'll put it side by side. And for now, I'm just giving you little tips because I could take a whole class with this. Okay, so we have para and we have versus por. And what was our first tip? I'm going to use para when.
When there's a
Per-
recipient?
yeah.
Correct. Okay. And in order to enhance this, very normal is that sometimes the recipient is ourselves. Is me. And sometimes the recipient is you, right? So in this case, when you're using, because para is a preposition, when we are using the preposition para and you want to say, oh, oh, you're moved because someone brought you something. And you're saying, oh, really? Is this for me? Yeah, it's for you. You deserve this. In this case, if you want to say for me, this is what you say, para mí. Okay? If you wanted to say, oh, guess what? This is for you. If you ever wanted to say for you, you have a recipient, and to say for you, say this, para ti. I'm sure you've heard this. You've heard para mí, para ti, but now I want you to be super solid that you will be using the preposition para in this case because you are using a recipient. Someone is receiving the action para. Okay. Now, in order, and this is kind of a very different compared to the English language because after you say for me, for you, then you start saying for you, Mr. Vargas, for her, for him, for them, etc. Not in Spanish, because right after para mí and para ti, you know what you use? You use the preposition, and then you use a subject pronoun. What are the subject pronouns? These guys here. So after yo and tú, starting from vos up to ustedes, that's what you do. And it sounds strange because when you say, oh, this is for you, Mr. Gonzalez, this is, so it's formal, you would say, para usted. But what if I want to say, oh, this is for her? Hit me.
Para
Para
ella.
ella.
Correcto. Hit me again with for him.
Para él.
Para él.
Correcto, para él. Para él. Hit me once more. For us.
Para nosotros.
Excelente. Para nosotros o para nosotras. Hit me with for you all in Spain.
Para
Vosotros.
vosotros.
Otras.
Hit me with for all of you in Latin America.
Para
us-
ustedes.
Usted.
Para ustedes, correcto. And hit me one more time for them.
Para ellos.
Para ellos.
O
Para
ellas.
ellos.
Or
Para
ellas.
ellas.
Okay. Now, take this rule very solid for any other prepositions. For example, the preposition from me. What if I want to say, oh, this is from me to you or for you? So in that case, you say de mí, de ti, but then for all the rest, you use the same formula. You say de usted, de ella, de él, etc., etc. Okay. The only other kind of exception for the first two first persons, when you say first person singular and second person singular, you know, when you want to say with me, right? With me, you would say conmigo. One word. That's with me. Okay? With me. And if I want to say with you, I would say contigo. That is with you.
So that would be like, do you want to go to a concert with me? You would say,
Correcto,
okay.
correcto. Muy bien, Michelle. Uh, and whoa. Teaching moment. Do you want? Do you want? So we are a little bit ahead of the game here, because we were practicing this irregular verb to go, and then we were just about to do these stem changing verbs like jugar, boom, 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 and then pensar, querer, preferir, and we're going to spend a little time with this verb, which is the main verb of this lesson 2, which is querer. Okay, so we're a little bit ahead of the game. Could we just conjugate querer? We understand that for a stem changing verb, the stem change situation would be applicable to all persons except nosotros, nosotras, vosotros, vosotras. All the other ones will undergo the stem change. Could we conjugate querer, please? Yo,
Quiero.
Quiero.
tú,
Quieres.
¿Quieres?
vos,
Quieres.
¿Quieres?
él, ella, usted,
Quiere.
nosotros, nosotras,
Queremos.
¿Queremos?
queremos, ya, no stem change. Vosotros, vosotras,
Queréis.
queréis, and ustedes, ellos,
Quieren.
Quieren.
quieren. Now, could you please focus now? And Michelle, this is your question, and that was brilliant what you said about conmigo, right? I have verb querer here, and we already discussed that in Spanish we don't use auxiliaries. Therefore, when you want to ask, do you want? Do you want? How will you ask the question, do you want? Anyone?
¿Quieres?
¿Quieres?
¿Quieres tú?
Bravo, bravo, bravo. ¿Quieres? With rising intonation, right? ¿Quieres? And then, ¿quieres? Tu, 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 tu. Because, Michelle, with this lesson, you'll be inviting people like crazy to go with you to places. Okay? So, ask the question, do you want to go to the movie theater with me?
¿Quieres ir?
Oh, you are the best. Rule of thumb. Second verb, in this case, is non-conjugated.
Unconjugated.
Non-conjugated. And the non-conjugated verb to go is just like that.
Ir.
¿Quieres ir? And now we want to say to the movie theater. And movie theater in Spanish, we say
El cine. El cine.
el cine. Good. And the computer is trying to. Now,
Conmigo.
el cine. And there's one little thing to add to that. El cine. And then you were super, super accurate, Michelle, saying conmigo. Okay. One thing to add here. We already asked, do you want? And then to go. But now we want to say to the. Now, rule of thumb. Rule of thumb. Whenever you want to say to the, you're going to have 2 words, okay? But here we're going to deal with our first contracted form. In Spanish, there's only 2 contracted forms. In French, you have many, but in Spanish, there's only 2. What I mean by that is this. If the item is masculine, if the item is masculine, and I want to say to the, okay, of course, the masculine article is el. Are we fine with that? Yes? To say the, if it's masculine, you say el. Now, to say to, towards, the word is a. Okay? But when this happens, we would contract. these two words into one. So from now on, if you want to say to the, and then the object is masculine, use al. That is the contracted form, al. Okay? Therefore, you said to the movies, al cine. Could you all be so kind to give me a hand here? Could you please think of other destinations that are masculine to say al?
Al restaurante.
Restaurante, that's one. Julia, muchas gracias. That's brilliant. Al restaurante, you're off the hook. All the other students are on the hook. They are nervous because they have to come up with something masculine as a destination. Any other one?
Al museo.
El museo es correcto, Sab. El museo. And this should be museo. And of course, this el museo will turn into al museo when you're inviting a person, Sab. You're inviting a person. Do you want to go to the museum with me? How will you ask the question? Sab?
Oh, is my mic not working?
I couldn't hear you. Say it
Oh, sorry. ¿Quieres ir al museo?
with me.
Oh, conmigo.
Outstanding. Make the invitation because Emma is dying to go to the museum with you. Okay, say it.
Emma, ¿quieres ir al museo conmigo?
And knowing Emma, Emma will say, of course, of course. Who remembers how to say of course?
Sarah?
The word
Por
is
supuesto.
por supuesto, por supuesto. This is another thing, Pamela. We are in the territory of para. Okay. The territory for, there's many idiomatic expressions that we use por. This is one. Por supuesto. There's another one. Please.
Por favor.
Please.
Por favor.
Por favor. Etc. So idiomatic expressions with por. Lots of them. Okay. Let's go back here. Are we fine with this first contracted form? Okay. Now, if the item is feminine, you don't need to contract that. Okay. For example, do you want to go to like a feminine destination with me? I'll use one. ¿Qué decir? La playa. Ooh, what is the invitation here?
The beach?
Beach.
Do you want to go to the beach with me? A la playa. I need 3 more destinations that are feminine. Anyone?
Clase.
A la?
A la clase.
A la clase. Excelente. I need 2 more.
Biblioteca?
Biblioteca es correcto. And I need una más.
Escuela.
Ballet?
Escuela es correcto. A la escuela es correcto. Now, so this is your first contracted form. And you're so studious. I'll give you the second one, which is of the. That is the second contracted form. And same rule. If the object is masculine, you use the contracted form.
Del.
Correcto. So that would be de él. For example, give me an example that is masculine of the. I'll go with anything that would be masculine. País, which is country, is masculine. País. What if I want to say of the country? I will link that as del país. País. What if I wanted to say, and we go back to the knowledge of el cuarto misterioso? What if I wanted to say Mexico City is the biggest city of the country? Give me that sentence.
Ciudad
Y del Grande.
Mexico. Oh, la Ciudad de Mexico es más.
Es la
La
or la ciudad más, and here is where we put the más. Más. And now big. Anyone?
Sorry, what was the original sentence?
Is the biggest
Oh, it's the
city.
biggest.
Is the biggest city in the country. And we are targeting of the country. Okay? So we say La Ciudad de México es la ciudad más
Grande.
of the country.
Des.
Del.
Oh, del.
Del. And here is where we use this. The second contracted form in Spanish. There's only two. This
Del
is the second one.
país.
So that would be del.
Okay.
Del país. I'll give you the word universo, universo, universo. And this is Pamela, our expert here. Pamela. Give me the biggest planets of the universe.
Of the universe? That's hard. I don't think we know.
How about this? We don't know what is the biggest planet of the universe. Go with me.
Okay.
Nosotros
no
sabemos
sabemos
cuál es
cuál es
el planeta.
el planeta
And now,
más grande del universo.
outstanding. That's the way it would work, the contracted form also, but with the word universo, del universo. And this was your nice sentence. Nosotros no sabemos, cuál es el planeta más grande del universo. This is what we are covering. Universo. Okay. Pamela, give me your nice sentence once more. Uno, dos, tres, go.
Nosotros no sabemos cuál es el planeta más grande del universo.
And then you'll add todavía.
Todavía.
Yet.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Todavía. I mean, you are studying that, and someday you'll find
We'll find it someday.
Muy bien, Pam. So, are we all fine with the two contracted form in Spanish? And of course, if you're using of the, if the following word is feminine, no contracted form. It's two words. Okay? Hit me with that. De la. Give me something feminine. Of the feminine. De la.
De la ciudad.
Excelente, excelente, excelente. De la ciudad. And give me one more. Anyone. I'll give you something profound. De la humanidad. Wow. What's humanidad?
Humanity.
Correcto, correcto. And this is a good tip right here. Whenever you have a word that ends in DAD, that word is a feminine word. Okay, so that's why in that case, you wouldn't contract of the. Okay, so that's a little teaching moment. You learned the two contracted form, which is al, this one here, al, and which is to the, and the other one is del, which is of the. Okay, muy bien. Let's go back here where we were right here. Michelle, you're inviting your friends to go to the movie theater with you. Okay, ¿quieres ir? And now we know better.
Right.
Go for it. Invite
So,
someone.
¿quieres ir al cine conmigo?
Perfecto. And now, one of you, I know is wordy. We're going to use the whole sentence. You'll go, of course I want to go to the movie theaters with you. Who's on? Who's on? Who's on? Who's on? Who's on? Of course. Start with of course. Or idiomatic expression.
Por
Por
supuesto.
supuesto.
Continue. Of course I want to go to the movie theater with you.
Yo tengo.
Quiero.
Quiero ir al cine contigo.
Excelente. Oh, that's so perfect. Emma, muchas gracias. Por supuesto, yo quiero ir al cine contigo. ¿Sí? Contigo. And could I have an interaction here between Michelle and Emma? Michelle, you're inviting. Emma, you're taking the invite. And so let's take it from there. And give me good pronunciation, good intonation, and good intention. Ooh. Michelle, you're on.
Emma, ¿quieres ir al cine conmigo?
Por supuesto, yo quiero ir al cine contigo.
Excelente. Bravo, both of you. We're using this for real stuff. Okay. I'm going to give you two more tips here, when to use por, when to use para, and then we'll continue here. So you're using para when you have a recipient, and also you're using por when you have some idiomatic expressions. A big one to use por. You're going to use por when it's a period of time. Okay, length of time. Okay, so we'll put here length of time. I'll give you one, and could you please give me other options here? Por un minuto. That was mine. I need another person.
Por 2 horas.
Excelente. 2 horas. Correcto. I need another person.
Por muchos días.
Excelente. Por muchos días. Excelente. And uno más. One more.
For rato.
I love it. Por un rato, por un rato, for a while, por un rato. Outstanding. So, you're using para recipient, you're using por for idiomatic expressions, you're use por also for length of time. And I'm going to give you one more and we'll drop it because then we'll continue with the other components for the class. You're going to use para when the idea is the idea is in order to. And I put the whole thing there because this is a kind of a hard to master way of saying things in Spanish. So also I'll put here, you have a purpose to do something. Okay. For example, I'll go with you, Pam. Yo estudio el universo. Okay. We're with you there. I study the university, the universe in order to find. In order to find. The word to find, yo estudio el universo para, the word to find is encontrar. Encontrar is to find. But you see that in this case, encontrar is already saying to find. Okay, and this is something that sometimes students would be a little bit confused about. Encontrar is to find. So I studied the university to find. This para has that quality, has the meaning of in order to, and in this case, you're talking about a purpose. So why are you studying the universe? I'm studying the universe in order to find other planets, in order to find, etc., etc. Okay? Michelle, yo yo defiendo. Oh, this is coming from defender. Defender. What kind of a verb is defender if I did this, Michelle? What if I bolded this and then, oh, what kind of verb is that?
It is a root.
Irregular.
Irregular. What kind of irregular verb, Julia?
Stem changing.
Stem changing.
Stem
So,
changing. That's
defender is to defend. Okay, we know that it's a stem changing verb. And I know how to conjugate ER verbs, like comer. Yo como, tú comes, etc., etc. So if I want to say I defend, you say yo defiendo. How will you say you defend?
To defiendo.
It's an ER verb. And from
to
on
defenders.
to defiendes. Excelente, Michelle. And for everyone, I want to challenge you here. What if I want to say, we defend? Remember that there are two of those ones who are not going to undergo the stem change. Nosotros is one of them.
Nosotros defendemos.
Perfecto. Nosotros defendemos. This is a verb that you must master, Michelle, because this is part of your profession. You're defending your clients. Okay? So, yo defiendo a mi cliente. And this is several of you have clients. That's the way you say client. Cliente. Yo defiendo a mi cliente in order to what?
Preserve their rights.
Yes,
on.
yes. but we'll go very
It's
basic
the
now.
same.
Para ganar el caso. ¡Oh!
To win the case.
Correcto. Okay, that's your technical sentence, Michelle. Uno. Oh, I'm having problems here. Yes. You know what? I didn't bring my charger. Could you please give me one
Sure.
1 minute before my computer turns off? I'll be right back. Thanks.
Now I can check the Oilers game.
1-1.
1-1?
49 seconds to go.
No.
What do you think I've been doing, Linda?
While I'm turning, or while I'm
Oh, pardon my language. Pardon-moi.
No, they didn't score.
Sí.
No.
21 seconds to go.
No.
What's the score? What's the score? What's the score?
2-1.
2-1.
With 1 second to go?
23.
Oh, man.
Is that third period?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sí.
No.
Yeah, you know you're having some of these classes in Oilers games, right?
I know. Sorry, Lynn, I didn't plan this. So don't blame it on me. Jorge. Yeah, that's too bad. That's too bad. Now, let's go back to this. We are using this section here in order to. And here, as part of this this lesson, if I go back to this section here, this in order to, so we're going to use querer, okay? And you see these ones here, these examples. Yo quiero viajar. Yo quiero aprender idiomas. Yo quiero vivir en España. Could we read these three options with yo quiero? Okay, let's start with yo quiero viajar. Then yo quiero aprender idiomas. Yo quiero vivir en España. Let's start with número uno. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yo quiero
Quiero
Viajar.
viajar.
Viajar. Número 2.
Yo
Yo
quiero
quiero aprender idiomas.
Okay.
Yes.
Next.
Yo quiero
Quiero vivir en
vivir
España.
en España.
Are we fine with the three options?
What does the first one mean?
The first one, I want to travel.
Thank
I
you.
want to travel.
Gracias.
Número 2,
Learn.
I want to learn
Languages.
languages. And number 3,
I want
Live.
to live in Spain.
Want to live in Spain?
I want to live in Spain. Now, could we use this with what we learned in terms of in order to? And you'll do it this way. So, I'm going to ask you, ¿para qué quieres aprender? ¿Para qué quieres aprender español? Are we fine with the question?
Mhm.
Yeah. Now, I need you to come up with your own sentences saying, I want to learn Spanish in order to do something. Okay, let's start with that. I want to learn Spanish.
Yo quiero
Yo quiero
Aprender español.
Aprender español. And now, if I use these three options, I could say, I want to learn Spanish in order to travel to a Spanish-speaking country. How would you do that? Yo quiero aprender español
Idiomas.
para viajar a, and give me a Spanish-speaking country.
Mexico.
Para viajar a México. That's one. Okay. You're using, and I'm so glad that Pamela, you asked the difference between por and para, because hopefully now with these tips, you'll be able to be solid with por, para. And now, yo quiero aprender español para viajar a México. The other option, I want to learn Spanish in order to learn languages. Another person. We are recycling. We are recycling the same, but then we're giving another option. Okay, so this is what you're recycling, and then you're saying in order to, and you're giving me the second option. Okay, anyone? So I want to learn Spanish in order to learn languages.
Did you want us to say something? Oh, go ahead.
Lara, go for it.
Okay, so yo quiero aprender español para aprender idiomas.
Beautiful. And another person wants to live in Spanish. Same sentence. I want to learn Spanish in order to live in Spain. Anyone?
Vive.
Megan, you got it. Now, louder.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, I'm half watching the hockey game, half listening to you.
That's fine.
Vive Spain.
Vivir en España.
Español.
Vivir en España. Vivir en España. Okay. Is the
And,
game over or not?
No, they called it back, so it's an overtime.
Oh. Okay, rapido.
Rápido. Muy bien. So, are you following now after this analysis in terms of when to use por and para? Now we're concentrating on this para, but please, because otherwise you'll be confused, as other students sometimes when they mistranslate the in order to. Quiero aprender para viajar a México. Okay. Do we feel comfortable with that? Yes.
Yes.
So if you feel comfortable, now as you have in your textbook, okay, could we go to página número 30? Página número 30, you have this section here. Okay. And you have a option of things to do over the weekend. Could we go with the first column? Okay. And we'll just read them out loud. And then if there's any expression that you don't know what they mean, you'll ask me. Okay. Could we go with the first column? Uno, dos, tres, go.
Escuchar música.
Perfecto. Dos.
Ir a un
concierto.
Tres.
ver la televisión.
Cuatro.
Ir a una exposición.
Cinco.
Salir de noche.
Okay. Any problems with any of those expressions?
Salir de noche.
Salir de noche is to go out at night. To go out at night. Salir de noche. Any
And
other?
Escuchar, to listen to music?
Correcto. Escuchar from now on, Linda, that is your verb to say to listen.
Okay.
Escuchar La música, to listen to music. So to go to a concert, to watch TV, to go on an exhibition, and then to go out at night. Could we go with the middle column? Count of three, you're on. Uno, dos, tres, go.
Visitar
Visitar
lugares
lugares históricos.
Next.
Ir
ir
al
al
cine.
cine,
Próximo.
salir a
Ir al
Cenar.
cine.
Próximo.
cocinar,
Próximo.
ir de
Ir de
compras.
compras.
Perfecto. Are we fine? Visitar lugares históricos. So it's to visit historic sites. Okay. Then ir al cine, we were doing that with Michelle, right? Then salir a cenar. Now we are familiar with the verb salir, which is to go out. So you're going out for what?
To eat.
To eat. That's right. So you're going out to eat. So you're going out to dine outside. Next, cocinar, of course, is
To cook.
to cook. And then ir de compras. Oh, our favorite one. To go shopping.
Shopping.
To go shopping. To go shopping. And the third column, please. Uno, dos, tres, go.
Ir a
Ir a
la
la playa.
Correcto.
Leer.
Leer, correcto.
Jugar a
Juegos.
Juegos.
Correcto.
ir de
De
excursión,
excursión.
Correcto.
hacer un
Curso
Curso
de
de
teatro.
Perfecto. So, to go to the beach, to read, to play video games, to go on an excursion, and to do a theater course, like to take a theater course. Now, look at the three options, and you're going to start este fin de semana, this weekend. Yo quiero. Could you please pick the options that you want to do this weekend? We'll start with you, Emma. Este fin de semana, and after the yo quiero, the good news is that the second verb you don't need to conjugate. So it's exactly the way you have it in front of you. Okay? So pick three things that you want to do this weekend.
Este fin de semana quiero ir a una exposición, quiero salir a cenar y leer.
Perfecto, perfecto. Pam, pick three.
Este fin de semana quiero escuchar música y cocinar y no sé.
¿Perdón?
Visitar lugares históricos.
Y visitar lugares históricos. Excelente. Megan, pick three. What do you want to do this weekend?
Leer.
Yeah.
Ver la televisión.
¿Sí?
Ir a la playa.
Ir a la playa. Excelente, Lara.
Este fin de semana
¿Sí?
quiero leer
¿Sí?
y cocinar
¿Sí?
y ir de compras.
Excelente, Linda.
escuchar música, cocinar, leer.
Perfecto. ¿Y leer?
Leer.
Leer, perfecto. Sab. If you're talking, I think you're muted.
Can you hear me now? We're good.
Okay, go.
Okay, sorry. Este fin de semana quiero escuchar música, ir a un concierto, quiero jugar a videojuegos.
Excelente, excelente. I really love your fluency, eh? Michelle.
Oh, yo quiero ir a un concierto
¿Sí?
y salir a cenar
¿Sí?
y ir a la playa.
Perfecto. Julia, did you give me yours?
No, not yet.
Go for it.
Este fin de semana quiero escuchar música, jugar a videojuegos y leer.
Excelente, excelente. Okay. Um, para, para la próxima clase, for next class, I'm going to send you the transcript of these conversations para la página número 31 for these pages of 31. And also, we'll be doing a little bit for this página número 33 for page 33. So I'll send you the transcript. You'll find it a little bit more challenging this time. And also, I believe I sent you already the transcript of El Cuarto Misterioso, el episodio 2. Yes?
Sí, sí.
Perfecto. I think you've had the time to already watch.
It's getting juicy.
Now,
We all wanted to say that, but
now
Getting juego.
okay, but now we have 3 minutes, and then we'll go and watch the game. Could you be Señora Montero? Go with her line.
Ay,
Ay,
ya
Ya
son
son
las
las
7:20.
20.
¿Dónde
¿Dónde
están las
están
chicas?
las chicas.
Ana,
Ana.
Conchita,
Conchita.
No, be Conchita, please.
Sí.
sí,
Sí,
Pasa.
¿qué
¿qué
pasa?
pasa?
No, be la Señora Montero. She's saying, come on, guys.
rápido.
Rápido.
7 y
Son las
20.
Son las 7:20.
Now, Conchita, what is Conchita saying?
No hay problema.
Estoy.
No hay problema, aquí estoy. Ana. Oh, she has a problem.
¿Dónde
¿Dónde
Está mi blusa blanca.
blusa
Blanca.
Muy bien. And be sarcastic. Señora Montero is saying, look, what do I know where is your white, your red, or your yellow blouse? Be Señora Montero. 1, 2, 3, go.
Mira,
yo qué sé
¿Dónde está
¿Dónde está
blanca, la roja o la amarilla?
And now be Senor he's even more sarcastic. He's saying, your white blouse, your great skirt, your pants, your head. Where is your head? With that intention. 1, 2, 3, go.
Blusa
Blusa blanca,
mis
tus
pantalones, tu
tus
cabeza.
pantalones, tu cabeza.
cabeza.
¿Dónde está
Está
tu
tu cabeza.
Wow! And now Anna is a little bit ticked off. Can you say, oh, you're not perfect, Dad? Go for it.
Hey, papá, tú no eres perfecto.
Eres perfecto.
And now, Señora Montero, she's going to be the referee. She'll say, whoa, calm down, you guys. Go for it.
Bueno, ya. Tranquilos, ¿eh?
Tranquilos,
And now you'll finish this lesson with Conchita's tune. Go for it. Beautiful. This was your class for today. Go Oilers, go, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
Gracias. Adiós.
Gracias.
Ciao, ciao, gracias.